Hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk, and before we get to the video of me driving around in the real world conditions, see my range is on the Jeep Wrangler 4xe. I'm gonna explain a couple things. First of all, I have a head cold today, blah blah blah, so if I'm talking weird, I'm sorry. Day of filming, head cold, things how it works out. Secondly, the real world driving is kind of interesting. From a scientific standpoint, it's probably not that accurate. People are gonna tear it apart because I used gas at some point and things like that, but to me, it's real world. Like, I really tried to use EV only, and you'll see my successes, my failures. Plus, you'll see it's cold, it's windy, it's not ideal conditions. So, ideal conditions: 20 miles of range, nice and sunny, 30, 40 miles an hour driving. Use regenerative braking, like the one pedal driving where you put on max regen, slows you down. I mean, it's fantastic. You get that much range all the time. I'm talking real world nasty conditions. Secondly, I've been always plugging it in with my wall charger. Right, so this is the charger they give you. It connects, and then I have it plugged into 110. Now, you can do 220 on that, and 220 will give you about 2 hours of charge. The 110 gives you, like, I saw like 10 to 15 hours, depending on what the system shows on the screen. To me, you know, if I'm gonna get 20 miles of range, it doesn't matter if I'm doing 2 hours of charging, if I'm doing 10 hours of charging for my lifestyle at this moment. You know, I drove the other day, I went to Walmart, went around town, and I used EV only all day long because the town isn't that far away and isn't that big. So I got home, I plugged it in all night. Who cares? I don't care if it's 2 hours of charging or if it's 10 hours charging. You know, if you're in the city, you get home like at 5 o'clock, you don't leave until 8 o'clock next morning, that's plenty of time to charge this up and get the full battery range. And plus, you're probably not depleting the battery all the time, every day, and so you're just really just topping off the charge. So I thought that was plenty. 220 is great for battery electric vehicles only. Plug-in, I use kind of 110. Let's talk about this Rubicon a little bit more. So what makes it stand out, what you're going to see with the 4xe is you can see blue tow hooks, and basically blue accents. So blue tow hooks there, blue on the hood. We have the Wrangler Unlimited in blue there, trail rated in blue because it's still a Jeep. I'm going to unplug this, and then this cap just turns. It's simple. There you go. And then you actually see on the inside of this, it'll show you if it's charging or not charging, so good details there. Come around the side, we do have the blue tow hooks in the back. And, oh, I forgot to close it. Plenty of storage room back here. My golf clubs fit fine back there, so blue there as well. So that's basically where you're standing out. You have the 4xe badging there. That's what makes it a 4xe. One of the interesting parts is when you hop in and you turn it on. It'll go blue here and show 4xe, and they'll say it's ready. So right now it's running. And this is what it sounds like running. You can hear a little bit of whisper there, and it's really just piped in sound. The idea is if you're blind or if you're hard of hearing or something, they're gonna make some noise out of this because EVs typically put out no noise, and that's a problem if you need to hear it. That's all I got for you. I'm gonna stop talking before my head hurts more. Let's get to the video I shot. And again, I'm really impressed by the GoPro. You'll see this in video. The wind's blowing, it's loud, it's a lot of stuff going on. So it's a really interesting test. I hope you enjoy it. Put your comments down below. Let me know what you guys thinking. Let's go into the test right now. Oh man. Oh. It's cold out there today. Oh, hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk. And today I'm in a 2021, I believe. Double check my sticker if I get a chance. I don't see a sticker. Jeep Wrangler 4xe. There we go. To adjust that camera. And it is cold today. It is 32 degrees. Feels like 22 degrees. We got wind blowing. Let's see how fast the wind's blowing. Winds at northwest 13 miles per hour. So I thought, you know what? Let's go for a drive. I'm always really curious what happens with batteries on cold temperatures. And today I got some really cold temperatures. Feels like 22. It's at freezing, and I have the winds. So I have the worst conditions you possibly could have for a battery vehicle like this. So this is a plug-in hybrid. So you have the EV mode only can run in. You plug it in overnight, I'll show you that plug-in, and you can drive on full electric range. Now, Jeep says it's about 21 miles of full electric range. And when I was in Austin, Texas driving this, when it was nice and warm, I probably got 20 miles of range because it's nice and warm. So I thought, let's do this today. Go for a drive. We'll see what that looks like on the screen as far as range. let's go get started on this. Let's see how far we can go on just battery electric range. Okay, let's go ahead and start it up. And there it is. So it started in electric mode. We can see that's the average mile per gallon. That's when they drove it up from Denver. I haven't reset it. And there's our range. Vehicle's ready to drive. We have 22 miles of full electric range there. That's what that is. So there should be a battery electric button, which I'll find. And then we can drive in battery electric mode only. There it is. Electric mode. Electric mode saves fuel for later use. So we're electric mode only. E-save saves the battery. Hybrid uses the gas and, I should get a little closer, uses the battery plus the gas engine. So we're in full electric mode. I have 22 miles of range. Let's go ahead and, I'm gonna head right in the wind. Let's see how it goes. Okay, a few other notes. Let's look at controls. So heated seat it's on, heated steering wheel's on, because you're gonna run that stuff when it's this cold. And then I have the HVAC set at, let's turn it up to 80. Let's turn it up to 75 degrees. 76 degrees, there we go. So we have heated seats on. I have heated steering wheel on because you're gonna use that stuff anyways. Now I could make the range go further if I didn't have that stuff on because I'm using battery power to run it, but why? I'm not gonna freeze while I'm driving, and I don't think you guys are too. One thing that's interesting with this is it's all manual adjustments for everything. Okay, that should be fine. Let's hit the road. And I'll pull over at some point, probably when it's warmer on Saturday, and do a walk around the exterior. But it's just a red Rubicon. It's got the blue tow hooks, because blue is cool, and blue also signifies it's electric vehicle. I have a soft top, which I always get, it seems like I always get Jeep Wrangler soft tops in the worst possible time of year up here in Nebraska. Just bad luck, really. Timing doesn't work out for me. So driving around, and it's completely quiet in the cabin. I have max regeneration on, which, man, you take your foot off the accelerator and it just slows you right down, which is what you want. You're trying to capture some of that braking force and turn it into charge to charge the battery. So I'm getting to about, trying to get to speed. This is fast, right? Most battery electrics are fast. 0 to 60 time in like 6 seconds. I mean, so, you know, it's gonna be really quick as compared to just other Jeep powertrains. Yeah, Jeep. I don't want to go too fast. That's the thing I always think is funny is people always talk about how fast they can go with a battery electric vehicle because you're running electric power. Electric power is on demand, but then you're using a lot of your range to get up to speed fast. So why would you waste your battery power to go fast when you need that power to make it to your destination? That one I don't understand. Okay, and I'm gonna apologize for the GoPro. It's a little bit all over the place today, and frankly that's because this ride is a little bit all over the place. I'm having a bit of a hard time keeping this from floating on the road. If you've ever driven a Jeep Wrangler, you know what I'm talking about. You know, it's not a very smooth riding or stay in your lane kind of vehicle. This thing is moving all over the place, and it's the biggest difference for me between that and the Ford Bronco. The Ford Bronco, you have more space inside the cabin, and the Ford Bronco is better on the road, in my opinion. So here we go, we got 46. So, oh, I'll have to go back to check on my video to see what the miles were before we started. I don't know if I can reset it. It says we've done 1 mile of range. I'm sorry, I have to drive. This thing, I don't know if I can play around the gauges because oncoming traffic, windy conditions, and yeah. Let's hold down the OK button, see if that resets it. There we go. So it reset, and now I'm at 20 miles of range. And the odometer is 12,247 miles. So I know that, 12,247 miles, 20 miles of range now. I don't feel like I've gone that far, but man, you know, you can hear the wind howling out there, especially in the soft top. I don't know how my voice is gonna come through in this camera because it is loud in here. But it's a Jeep. It's a Jeep thing. I really like Jeeps. I just never quite get them in the time I need to get them. Okay, 85% of the battery power left. 84%. I have 12,247 miles on the odometer. So I haven't really flipped another mile. 83%. It is dropping fast. Wow. Now there's estimates online from AAA that said some battery electric vehicles, when you get down to 20 degrees, will lose up to 41% of their range. I think that's the number I saw. Because when you're that cold, you have liquid in the battery, it takes a while to heat up, and that's without using the heater in that situation. I think when you use, maybe when you use the heater and everything, you're looking at half your range, which is a big issue. Apparently solid state batteries will fix that in the future, but yeah, that's a big hit. So it's 12,248 miles on the odometer, so I've gone a mile, or thereabouts, maybe a mile or two, and I'm down to 78% range. 18 miles of range left. So, and let me get the other camera out, and I'll show you the screen here, because you guys are going to want to know this. So we have to the right, we have the power screen, which used to be your tachometer. Now it shows your power. You can see the engine's off. You can see it's completely off, and because there's no RPMs, and you can see the range, and you can kind of see. I'm holding this the best I can, but you can see this is all over the place on sticking to the road. So 46, 45. I should gain some going down this hill. We're going down this hill. This is the Scottsbluff National Monument, by the way. It's on the Oregon Trail. So there's 45 miles per hour, 16 miles of range, 12,249 miles in odometer. So I've gone 2 or 3 miles now, and I've used up, but we started at 22, so I've used up 6 miles of range, and I've gone 3 to 4 miles. Again, I'll flip this camera back when I get back to the house and put the exact stats on the screen, because I should have done that. I'm sorry, my fault. 73 miles of 73%. So I'm going to get 55 miles an hour, which is the speed limit in this area. So there you go. There's that speed. So let me do more driving, and then we'll come back and when we get less range. Here's the regenerative brake. I'm taking my foot off the accelerator. You can see how fast it slows down. I have no brake on. No foot on the accelerator, no brake. And look at this. I'm almost coming down to a stop. I'm going to put some brake on now. But that is regenerative braking, folks. Here we go. Smooth off the line. 65 miles an hour is, we're going to get to that speed. I'm going to go slowly to kind of get to that speed. There's nobody behind me, so take my time a little bit. Just because I'm, I don't know, I don't always drive like this, but I'm just kind of curious. So I'm getting up to speed, I'm going to hit the cruise control button, and I'm going to set it at 65. So the engine had to kick on. The engine kicked on because I'm doing too fast a speed. It's going to ruin my test. Absolutely, it's going to ruin the test. Darn it! The engine kicks on because I'm going too fast. Okay, we're gonna go over. Let's go over here and turn around because I don't want the engine kick on. So test fail on my part. Shoot. Let's go. Let's go. This is dirt road here. Let's go dirt road. Yeah. Take our time on dirt road. Okay, so gonna be an asterisk. I'm sorry, I didn't realize the engine kicked on. So the engine kicked on for what, maybe not even a mile, maybe a quarter mile. So here we go. Go down dirt road. Good old country road, take me home. All right, so I'm gonna do 30 miles. So we're doing 30 miles an hour. And I don't know where this goes. But look, I'm at 11% or 11 miles, 52% of range. So it's 12,200, let's say 47 miles. I've gone 5 miles with the engine kicked on for a little bit, and I have lost half of my range in 5 miles. So I'm trying to think, like, I could make it across town maybe on a cold day like this. Or let's say you're in a city, you make it across, well, cities are kind of compact, but in my town, I could make it across town. I couldn't make it much further outside of town because we have long distance driving and lots of roads and wind and such. And this camera is going crazy. I'll be really impressed with this GoPro Hero 10 if this footage is usable at all. So 50%. I just want to keep this interesting. It's 50%. So we're gonna slow down a little bit for these train tracks, because I imagine this thing's gonna hit this thing pretty hard. Okay, so we're on the train tracks. And I'm not sure where this road goes. I'm sure it goes out at some point. See, now this, I'm really conserving the battery now. Now I'm getting a better job doing battery, because when I get the speed, well, it's physics. The faster you go, the more power it takes to go that fast, like we saw with the engine kicked on, and the more energy used to get the same propulsion. Yeah, that sounds sort of close this morning. Maybe we need some more coffee, make the explanation a little better. But yeah, 10 miles. So we are, and I'm still in, I still got the button set for the electric mode. So I'm still electric mode only is what I'm trying to do. And you see the power output is not very much, because we're kind of just cruising along here in the wilds of Nebraska. I actually had never been out here. Never had a reason to make that turn. It's kind of interesting. What's out here? Oh look, farm field. Huh. Imagine that. Lots of farms. Would not have figured that out at all about Nebraska. Yeah, farms, and that's a bunch of cows looks like over there. Okay, so we're turning 9 miles of range now. 9 miles, 12,253 miles in odometer. And we've done 9 miles of range. 12,255 miles on the odometer. So if I started, let's say I started with, I think it's 12,246. 46, 47, somewhere in that range on the odometer. So I'm going to end up going about 10 miles here in a little bit. And in 10 miles time, I've gone from basically 22 miles of range down to 7 currently. And I'm sure it's going to drop some more, because it's getting to be 30%. So that's losing quite a bit in these temperatures and these conditions. Again, it's not an overcast day, it's not a cloudy day, it's just a windy day. Windy and cold. 6 miles of range left. Okay, we're down to 3% left, 1 mile of range, and I'm just curious what's gonna happen here. If it's gonna read 0, if it's gonna read like 1%, kick on the engine. Let's see what happens. 2% left. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. The excitement grows. 2% battery power left. Will he make it? Will he end up in a ball of fire? Maybe, I don't know. 1% left. 1 mile of range with 1% left, which is, yeah, that math doesn't fly with me. Okay, sure, whatever. Come on, 1%. It's like a cell phone. It's like the last percentage just takes a long time for it to drain. It seems like to me. And okay, I'm gonna slow down and make this turn, which should give me a little bit more battery power, because I'm gonna do some regenerative braking. Right? So again, foot off the accelerator, and boy, it really slows down, which is what you want to have happen. Let's see. Corner. Okay, still at 1%, 1 mile of range. Man, this is taking forever. La da 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 da. Come on. I'm trying to kill the battery, darn it. Die. Die, battery, die. Let me know what happens. 1% of range. 0 miles of range left, and I'm at 1%. This is bizarre. And it's still letting me drive, and the engine's not kicked on. So, okay. maybe it's gonna be stuck there. Maybe I gotta do hybrid mode only. This is bizarre. Okay, all right. There's the tracks. Across the tracks. Yeah, I'm still in full electric. Huh. Okay, stop to the stop sign. Obviously no traffic out here, per usual. And still electric mode only, so interesting. So 12,261 miles in the odometer. Say I started with 12,246. Oh, there he goes. Electric mode temporarily unavailable because battery level is too low. There we go. We finally did it. So I'll put the stats on the screen as soon as I get off this bumpy road. All right, there you go. There are the details on driving the Jeep Wrangler 4xe. Sorry I got a little long on the video, but I really want to take you guys through step by step as I was going through the process and how the battery range is going down. And I hope you found entertainment value in it, or entertainable, or yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Let's just go with that. So for more videos on cool stuff I do, things like this, check out over here, website down below. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you down the road.